Joey Chestnut, a man synonymous with the 4th of July. The greatest eater ever, 16 mustard belts. Returning to the fray after missing last year's event in a contract dispute. Now, Chestnut is back. In the universe of eating, there is a titan, a leviathan, a giant who transcends the boundaries of the bowels.
The once and future champion of the world!
A folk hero, yes, but not a figure from mythology. Actual flesh and blood, teeth, and jaws. A year ago, there was no Joey Chestnut here on Coney Island. And in his absence, it was a scramble for the crown. But now, King's returned. Once more into the maw, to the arena where his magnificent feats of the mandible will always resound.
And he got 70!
It's a dirty dozen for Chestnut! Still, there is eating to be done, and there are questions to be answered. Can Joey Chestnut reclaim the throne?
Nobody has done it better! A new world record!
Or is there another knight of the long table capable of thwarting his ambitions? Can someone wreck this homecoming?
Joey Chestnut!
ESPN and Major League Eating welcome you to the 2025 Nathan's Famous International Hot Dog Eating Contest. We're at the corner of Surf and Stillwell, Coney Island, the home of Nathan's. The crowd, it is building. They are eager. They've been screaming. They've been pleading for Joey. This is what they wanted, and they're getting it. The dogs are grilling. The buns are being split apart, brought up to room temperature. There will be calories. The mustard belt is simply the stakes. And the defending champion, Pat Deep Dish Bertoletti. 58 hot dogs and buns last year in the absence of Joey Chestnut. He's going for the repeat. The great women's champion, Miki Sudo, the greatest female eater ever. Earlier today, she competed for her 11th pink belt in 11 tries. You'll see the women's event in its entirety. The weather, it's ideal. You might say unseasonably mild for the 4th in New York. Not too humid, not too hot. Perfect conditions for eating. And I'm Jeremy Schaap, alongside Rich Shea, the president and CEO of Major League Eating. Rich, it was just a couple of weeks ago, the big news broke. Joey was back. What did it take to make it happen?
You know, Jeremy, I like to think it was God ordained, really, and you think of a hero welcome. This crowd in Brooklyn's going to benefit from this, this return. You think about Lindbergh's return to St. Louis. I think it's going to be bigger. I think it's going to be like Sammy Hagar returning to Van Halen back in '04. When Joey takes this stage, this crowd is going to pop off.
Now, Joey hasn't been here in a couple of years, but he's been eating.
Yeah, he ate out at Siegel's Bagel Mania with a win to start the thing, and then just a month or so ago, he was down at Dead End Barbecue with Elm Hill Meats in Knoxville.
And the men who want the crown, they've been eating too. Pat Bertoletti, the defending champ, for instance.
He won 9+ pounds of fudge out in the celestial fudge lands of Anderson, Indiana.
You're not going to say the name, are you? James Webb, another one of the underdog favorites, if you will, from down under.
Great new Major League Eating event, Smoke Slam by Mempo Presents down in Memphis. He won that, and I was with him in D.C. just a couple weeks ago with Salvation Army. 62 donuts in 8 minutes.
And then there is the perennial runner-up, the Red Sox fan, the physics degree, Jeff Esper.
Yeah, Esper, unlike the Red Sox front office, he's here to win today.
Okay, standing by with the man of the hour, the man of the century, the man of all time in eating. Here's our Tiffany Green.
The GOAT, Joey Jaws, and you're back to where it all started. For you, what are the emotions and energy running through you right now before you hit the stage after a year away?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm happy. It's I never gave up. I wanted to be here last year, but it's that's in the past now, and I'm living right now, and I'm hungry. I'm going to push it.
Talking about hungry, you got a hungry field of competitors. For you, how do you handle the pressure of everyone trying to beat you, the one to gun down?
It's they're competitors, but we're going to push each other. Hopefully, if we all get personal bests, I should win.
Should we see 80 today?
80? Oh, baby. It never hit 80. I'm going to have to be above 50 in 5 minutes. If I get close to 48, 50, 48 in about under 5, we're looking at a record, but things are going to have to be a perfect rhythm.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Tiffany, thanks. 80 would send this crowd into spasms of ecstasy. It's time now for George Shea, Rich's big brother, to welcome us to this iconic event.
They say that competitive eating is the battleground upon which God and Lucifer wage war for men's souls, my friends, and they are right. For this is a battle of the ages, a battle of the titans, the early gods who come to Earth only once, in only one location, and that is here in Coney Island, Brooklyn, for only one purpose, and that is the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. We arrive at our destination by the sum of all our paths and the unswerving punctuality of chance. So it is, and so it always shall be. Let the contest begin!
How does it feel to be back?
Back, baby. It feels good.
What does this event mean to you?
It's part of 4th of July for me. It's competition. It's the pinnacle of competitive eating. It's something that's been a part of my life for a long time. And over last year, I found out it's part of a lot of other people's lives too. Lots of people told me I was part of their 4th of July and they missed me. I guarantee them I'd try harder, and I didn't want to let people down.
What did it take to get back here?
Took a little bit of talking. Last year, not competing happened because there were a little bit of egos. Nobody's all right, nobody's all wrong. But I think it's probably communicating was the problem, and we can. I'm happy we're communicating.
When did it become clear to you that this was going to be possible this year, this return?
I never completely gave up on it. I never thought it was impossible. I always had some hope, and maybe it's just my childish nature that I don't give up.
So right now, there's no specific number in your head. There's no, I need to get to 77 to break the record.
The record is always a goal, but I want to find that rhythm. I want to find the rhythm where I'm taking the right size bite, feeding my mouth, dunking the buns, breathing, swallowing, getting that perfect rhythm where everything's working together at the right speed. And if I do that, I should blow away the competition.
Do you remember when Michael Jordan came back to basketball after a 2-year absence?
Yeah.
You were a kid?
Yeah.
Does it feel like that?
It doesn't feel like that.
Why not? Come on.
I mean, that's Michael Jordan. I'm just a goofy dude that eats.
And the Michael Jordan of eating, he's back seeking that 17th mustard belt. Up next, George Shea's apocalyptic, you might say even dystopian eater introductions. You don't want to miss it.
The big story is Joey. Joey's back.
All eyes are on Joey, which I like that position because I'm just going to get overlooked again.
I wouldn't be surprised if he broke his record. So if he's up in that territory, we're going to be fighting for second.
Who knows? Maybe he goes out and puts up a record performance. Maybe he puts up a stinker.
I mean this with full respect because Joey's the GOAT, but if he doesn't have a good day, it's not going to be a landslide like he's used to.
I don't know if it's this year or if it's a year coming up if Father Time catches everybody.
Independence Day wouldn't be Independence Day without George Shea. The fire and the brimstone, eater introductions, which are such an important part of this tradition, so rich. George Shea, take it away.
It's go time. It's go time. It's go, no go, lock and load, love him and leave him smoking. If you got him, see you want to see on the other side. Time. Are you with me, Brooklyn? He was born in Ranch Dressing, Arkansas. On April 21st, the feast of St. Joseph Chestnut, he was destined for competitive eating. Please welcome a newcomer to our sport in his rookie year, Jerome Burns. To compete on the 4th of July alongside the greatest eaters in the world, that, aside from his dream to perform in Chippendales Live, shirtless in Las Vegas, would be the greatest honor of his life. And today that honor occurs, ladies and gentlemen. 21 years of age, 6 feet 4 inches tall, from Valparaiso, Indiana, Cameron Meade. He's the #1 eater in the great nation of Canada, the crown of North America. Ranked number 10 in the world by Major League Eating with 34.5 hot dogs and buns. It is my honor, from Orilla, Ontario, Darian Thomas.
Big fan of the band Kiwi Jr. Does not eat kiwis, though.
The very first words he uttered as a baby were huevos rancheros, and he is from the Czech Republic, where he is ranked #1, by the way, 350 eating contests, 17 countries, 10 years, 34 donuts, 23 cases, pork roll sandwiches, 29 hot dogs and buns from Ostrava, ranked number 38 in the world, Radim Dvořáček.
Also from Ostrava, Rich, the great Czech tennis player Von Lendl, who had some of his greatest triumphs right up the street in
He
Flushing.
drinks a tonic comprised of a quail egg, cayenne pepper, the tears of an orphan, and the juice of 1 lemon. To see the remarkable results of this regimen, simply look at his LinkedIn profile. 20 hard-boiled eggs in 84 seconds, 42 dozen Acme oysters, 39 hot dogs and buns, a crawfish eating specialist, ranked number 12 in the world, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Adrian Morgan.
Acme oyster eating champ, Rouse's crawfish eating champ, the pride of Louisiana.
He is the 8th archangel, Gideon the Exalted, and he stands 6 feet 9 inches tall, 7 feet from tip of wing to tip of wing. The undisputed kale-eating champion of the world, 10 pounds of baked beans in 1 minute and 45 seconds. From Zaria, Nigeria, by way of Moro, Georgia, with 38 hot dogs and buns, ranked 7 in the world, Gideon Oji.
He's been doing this a long time, Rich. He loves this event.
He secretly created a ChatGPT bot to take his place in text conversations with his girlfriend, freeing him to focus more time on competitive eating. And while she has never been happier, she doesn't understand why he ends each text exchange by saying, "I would be pleased to compile more information on this topic if you like." From Brasilia, in Brazil, ranked 29, 43 hot dogs and buns, Ricardo Corbucci.
The #1 eater in South America.
Of course, Brasilia, a planned city.
In the journey of life, you might characterize his status as middle seat, main cabin, boarding zone 7, he who may not bring his bag on board. But in the world of competitive eating, he is triple diamond, titanium select, elite plus, premier platinum, executive ambassador 316 medallion. Because he ate 476 Cheetos while watching Zoolander on Netflix. Thank you for your loyalty, sir. Ranked number 8 in the world, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Derek Hendrickson.
We're here in Brooklyn. John Travolta would not dig that dance.
We must describe the dark by what is darker still. The ink of night distilled into the oil of evil. Each drop an atrocity. Darkness entombed in darkness. Detectable only by scent of the carcass, of the ulcer, of the rancid flesh of damnation. He is that darkness. child of the abomination, messenger of the beast, who chews with the yellow teeth of the deceiver to establish dominion until the serpent sits on the throne of St. Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as George Chigger. I know him as the Red Horse of Death.
I saw him in the lobby of the hotel. There was kind of an evil aura.
Between weekly meal prep, sunrise yoga, and mindfulness training, he barely has time to write in his gratitude journal. But when he does, he is thankful that he was born with an abnormally large esophagus that runs from his pie hole to his gut like a sewer pipe. Ranked number 16 in the world, 19 world records, 37 hot dogs and buns. He is the top-ranked eater in England. From Brixton in London, let me hear it from Max Stanford!
I was with him in Portsmouth, the UK, just south of Portsmouth in England a year ago, and he's loved there.
Can you be south of Portsmouth? I thought it was on the channel.
The banana loves the monkey, and the meatball loves the fork. And so too with humans, who are eager to cede control to those of greater will. But there are still those who act, who want, who take, who keep. Behold the man who comes before you now, ranked number 3 in the world, 19 world records, 13 cans of Spam, 83 slices of pizza, 24 pounds of strawberry shortcake, 53 hot dogs and buns, a physics PhD from Oxford, Massachusetts, Jeffrey Espa!
Often a bridesmaid.
Oldest guy on the stage today competing.
He traces his lineage back in time to the warrior kings who tamed the wilderness to facilitate the rise of civilization. And he carries on their struggle to this day. But while they prevailed over the forces of anarchy, brutality, and chaos, his victories include 50 hard-boiled eggs in 3 minutes and 4 seconds, 2 gallons of baby food, 48 hot dogs and buns. Ranked number 6 in the world from Tampa, Florida, Nick Worre.
Every day is Delt Day if you're Nick Worre.
Also half of the most famous power couple
is the number
in competitive
4
eating
ranked
history.
eater in the
Mickey
world,
Sudo, his wife.
and the number 1 ranked eater in the Southern Hemisphere, which is half the planet, by the way. 7 world records, 70 donuts, 13.5 pounds of fudge, 276 buffalo wings, 52 hot dogs and buns from the lovely city of Sydney, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, James Webb.
This is special for Webb, too. He wants to become an American citizen. Independence Day means a lot to him.
He shocked the world in 2007 by eating 21 pounds of grits in 10 minutes. And again in 2011 when he ate 275 jalapeno peppers in 8 minutes. And he learned that there is a time we must stand alone, when we must stand above. And so he does now, my friends, at the highest point of the land. For he is the 2024 undisputed Nathan's Famous 4th of July champion of the world with 58 hot dogs and buns from Chicago, Illinois, the great Patrick Bertoletti!
South side of Chicago, Pope Leo represent. Pope Leo, of course, a Villanova grad too.
The consummate pro eater.
We are humbled by age in preparation for the great insult of death. But there are those who stand immortal, not through the grace of heaven, but through their own triumphs. I speak of this man. formed from the shards of shattered angels, wielding the white sword of righteousness, standing as quiet as truth. Ladies and gentlemen, while we must all face the dark mountain of night, forsaken and forlorn, alone in the ruins of our own minds, he will never fail or falter, for he defies the ministers of our fate and the limitations of our birth. And he will not stop until he stands side by side with the gods, his glory is strung like beads of light to adorn the arc of history itself. Joey Chestnut!
He's back, and if the return of Joey Chestnut doesn't fire you up, I don't know what possibly could. It's almost time to eat. Welcome back to Coney Island, Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. I'm Jeremy Schaap alongside Rich Shea, Tiffany Green. Tiffany, we're going to do our picks now. You lead us off. Who you got?
All right, so the Aussie, the Thunder from Down Under, James Webb, picked him last year. He said this one's going to be the craziest Nathans we've seen.
Rich?
I picked the Rockies to win the NL West. I'm the president of MLE. I'll say they're all champions.
Come on. I'm sorry. I love Pat Bertoletti, the reigning champ, but it's got to be Joey Chestnut. And now it's time to send it down to Rich's big brother, the one and only George Shea.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time we come together as one. It is the 4th of July. Americans all over our nation. Barrett Featherstone and Steve Simmons in Arkansas, Brian Bolger in South Carolina, and Frank Annacaro right here in New York. And all of you, we are one. We are America. And it is go time. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off, Rich.
Yeah, before we get going here, Jeremy, I just want to say I recently read Pete Hamill's book, Downtown. He discusses a certain thing called a New York nostalgia, and I'm feeling a real New York nostalgia right now. I'm looking down at this stage, and I can literally see Morty Matz, a mentor of mine, one of the greatest press agents of all time, who worked with Nathan. If it weren't for Morty, we wouldn't be here, but I know he's watching from on high, probably with a cup of coffee next to Jimmy Breslin watching on satellite.
Exactly. One of the great figures of New York in his era, a Runyon-esque figure.
Yes. And I'm also nostalgic for 07, when young Joey Chestnut took this stage, ate 66 hot dogs and buns, and then 12 minutes and won his first belt. He's won 15 more, of course. And it's amazing. He's here today going for 17.
Now remember, the record is 76. That was 4 years ago. I'm not a math PhD, but I can figure out that averages 7.6 dogs per minute. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a DPM, Chestnut, Chestnut's looking for 50, right? At the 5-minute mark. You do the math. That's a 10 DPM sustained for 5 minutes.
His pace is just remarkable. He is able to sustain it longer. It's not only peak performance, it is sustained performance over the course of the full 600 seconds.
Yeah, it's incredible. Pat Bertoletti keeping pace. Pat started the year strong. Then he placed 3rd at Smoke Slam. He placed 4th at Dead End. He comes to Coney, not on the strongest footing. I talked to him a couple days ago. I told him to download a meditation app, get your footing, don't be overwhelmed by Joey. He sounded confident in that pregame interview.
And there they are, the all-time champ, the reigning champ, side by side. For more on Pat Bertoletti and Joey Chestnut, here's Tiffany Green.
Developed quite a relationship over the 20 years that they've been on the circuit, and Pat Bertoletti says Joey's been like a brother. They've trained together. He sought out advice from him, especially last year. He alleviates pressure just being on the stage. When Joey is there, he makes it calmer, and he's so special. I said, separates him. He says his mental horsepower matches his physical horsepower. So you could be aiming for like 60 hot dogs and buns, and Joey has this ability to use every inch of his body to fit the food in.
And Joey has already opened up an 8-dog lead over the reigning champion, Pat Bertoletti.
Amazing start. And there's Adrian Morgan, who's been gone for a couple of years from the circuit. He posted last fall that he ate 2 gallons of chili at an LSU game. I don't know if it happened or not, but half of his followers liked it. Of course, half of America thinks Talladega Nights is a documentary, so you tell me.
Fair point, Rich. It's interesting, too, Rich, having spoken to so many of the eaters over the last couple of days, there is among most of them, I'm not going to say everyone, I'm not going to call everybody out, a sense of defeatism. When they found out on June 19th that Joey was coming back, it changed the entire nature of this.
Yeah, some competitors have that aura. I mean, you think, how long has it been since Jordan played basketball? They'd still be nervous. Brady comes onto the football field. You're nervous. You know the greatness. Full field there. Borasek, who we talked about, way down.
Jeff Esper, perennial runner-up here. Tiffany Green has more on Jeff.
Well, coming off a record year, setting a personal best of 53, you mentioned already the most seasoned eater in this field, a science teacher. When we sat down with him, said, well, what keeps you coming back to Coney Island? And he said simply, this is the proving ground for competitive eating. And he's finished consistently in the top 2, as you've mentioned, the last few years. But watch out for that final minute. He has that feverish finish that all of the eaters talked about that makes him stand out as one of the best.
You know, Jeremy Esper, as I said earlier, 50 years of age, the oldest guy at the table. Other eaters look up to him the way John Farrow looks up to Tom Keene, like he's some sort of sage. The beverage of choice for Esper, of course, Hawaiian Punch, it causes all that noise. I think Keene has a more discriminating palate, but representing the entire New England region, Jeff Esper.
Now we're coming up on the 5-minute, the halfway mark. But of course, halfway isn't, for most competitors, halfway in terms of how many dogs they're going to eat. Everybody slows down. Even the great Joey Chestnut slows down to some extent. But right now, he is on a record pace.
Yeah, Joey is just going. He's in his own lane. I got this driver named Jimmy Caddy. You know, he takes me home from work sometimes, takes me to the airport. You get on the Van Wyck, you're convinced you're going to miss your flight, right? It's bumper to bumper. Jimmy finds a way because he's a mercenary. And, you know, Joey reminds me of that right now. It's like he's got a different lens. These eaters look at the plates of dogs like they're a burden, like they're a hurdle. Joey is like an amazing mogul skier. He finds the line.
Who did not feel defeated when he heard that Joey was back. Tiffany's got more on the man from down under.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Jeremy. Charismatic, confident, and ready to compete. He's been training Texas really for worst case scenarios, and he said today is ideal conditions, about 80 degrees or relative humidity and making it nice and soft for the buns. He says this is his time to strike, and really he loves standing next to Joey, who is obviously the big story coming in, but he says, hey, he's making everybody better just by being on his pace.
He's on a spectacular pace right now. He's on a record-setting pace. He knows that he's not going to have to maintain that, though, to win. He has a sense of what's going on around him. So what do you think Joey's going to do for the next 4 minutes? All out or pace himself, not hurt himself, Rich?
One gear, all out.
That's why they're here. That's why they love Joey Chestnut.
There he is, Radim Borasek. We talked about he's from Yvonne Lendel's hometown. He's actually an inside-out sushi roll eating champion, which is fitting because Yvonne actually did the inside-out forehand.
That's right. That's right. What is it, inside-out sushi roll?
I think I looked it up on AI, and it's sushi, but the rice is on the outside.
Oh, okay. The texture's a little different.
Joey.
Whatever it was that held back Nikki Sudo to a significantly lower total than what we were expecting, it is clearly not affecting Joey Chestnut right now.
54 hot dogs. That's around 12 pounds of food so far.
56 hot dogs and buns.
You know, Joey's just on a roll here. And Major League Eating, obviously, look at this crowd. I've been thinking that Elon Musk should buy Major League Eating, not because I want money, but because he's got a spaceship. And can you imagine next year, 2026, Joey comes, ostensibly wins his 18th belt, gets on the spaceship and goes straight to the moon to celebrate the 4th of July? That would be great pageantry.
I mean, we've been to the moon. I thought Elon wanted to go to Mars.
Mars is fine.
Aim high.
And this offer is open to Bezos, too. Anyone with a spaceship, call me.
Is MLE for sale? Is that the breaking news we have today, Rich?
If you have a spaceship.
You and George built this from scratch. When you look around now and you see these crowds and you see the adoration of Joey Chestnut, what does it mean to you?
It's just amazing, but it's been cooking for 20-plus years and decades. They say the first contest happened in 1916, so it's just part of the fabric of the holiday.
To be clear, you say that.
It's an oral history.
2 minutes to go. The record is there for the taking.
Unbelievably. He's just maintained this 20-plus hot dog advantage. It's just, it can't be real. It's like other eaters have a fork and knife, and Joey is equipped with Chew GPT. It's just, it's otherworldly.
At this point last year, Pat Bertoletti was probably at about 47, 48 dogs. I think what we're seeing is that defeatism that we were talking about was justified. It was realism.
Bertoletti.
12 from the record. Chestnut is 12 away from the record he established just 4 years ago.
Seems like a sure thing. I'm not going to call it just yet, but gosh, if you do the math, it looks like a sure thing. And let's put 17 titles into perspective, right? The New York Football Giants have 4 championships. That's
Super Bowl
premium
champions. There's also
team.
pre-Super Bowl.
Okay, but
I know what you're
titles.
saying.
Villanova Hoops has 3. That's an elite program. You get to 17, you're up there with the Lakers. You're just one off the Celtics. Joey is a one-man dynasty.
What else can you say? 66. It's not going to be easy, though. 50 seconds, 10 dogs. It's going to require an absolutely Herculean effort over the course of the next 40 seconds.
Bertoletti Webb is interesting to me just as a student of the game. Webb's had a great season. Esper now fighting for that 3rd spot.
Joey Chestnut, the once and future champion.
Competition is over, but the race for the record, I think he's slowing down. We're not going to get to the record, but 70 would be a remarkable feat to achieve 70 again.
Watch him here in the last seconds. Joey's going to get it in. Boom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down your hot dogs.
Such neat eating, too. The etiquette is just exemplary. Something to aspire to.
He's fairly neat.
Oh, my glory.
Welcome back to Coney Island. Final results. George Shea has them in hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The judges, Sam Barclay and Oliver Brooks, have gone through all of the hot dogs. And in 3rd place today, representing the Southern Hemisphere and the great nation of Australia, with 45 1/2 hot dogs and buns, the number 4 ranked eater in the world, James Webb. And in 2nd place, with 46 1/2 hot dogs and buns, from Chicago, Illinois, the great Patrick Bertoletti. But here he stands, quiet of talking, still of motion, content of worry. Shy of a god, perhaps, but more than a man. With 70.5 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes, the Nathan's famous 4th of July champion of the world, Joey Chestnut!
And frankly, Rich, we didn't know if we'd ever see this again. We didn't know if Joey Chestnut would ever return to Coney Island. You guys got it patched up. Here he is, a 17th mustard belt What does this moment mean to the universe of competitive eating?
It's great. It's just a great moment here in Coney Island in America. A great way to celebrate the holiday. Joey also got north of 70, impressive, because his last two contests here were in the low 60s.
Contract dispute, but you never stop talking with the organizers. The organizers never stop talking. Everybody seemed to want to be here. You came back. How do you feel?
Oh man, I was excited. I love being here, and man, I wish I had ate a couple more. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I'll be back next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great adventure and a wild rumpus, but our revels are at an end. We will see you next year in Coney Island on the 4th of July.
I don't typically cheer from the press box.
Right.
But when I heard Joey say he'd be back next year, I was cheering, Rich.
Yeah, that's good. Webb will be back next year. I'll tell you that. Bertoletti might be back next year. You never know.
And it's not just Joey, right? 17 mustard belts for Joey, 11 pink belts, and Tiffany Green is with the champ.
Impressive performance and return here. Are you satisfied with your showing?
Oh my gosh, I was nervous. First couple of hot dogs, I was fumbling a little bit, but I found a pretty good rhythm. My goal was 70 to 77. I really wanted a little bit more. But you know what, dude, there's next year, and I'm just happy I'm here, and happy 4th of July.
What did it physically and mentally take for you to reclaim a mustard belt? Now you're 17.
Oh, it took physically being here, and sometimes it's hard. Showing up is the hardest part sometimes, and but I love being here. And as soon as I found out I was coming, my body it was easy to train, and I love doing it, and I love pushing myself and beating the heck out of people.
The chance of Joey means that everyone is happy to have you back. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tiffany, the Michelangelo of mastication, the Caravaggio of consumption. Rich, what we witnessed today was historic. This is something we will never forget. For Rich Shea, for Tiffany Green, for our whole crew, I'm Jeremy Schaap. Stay tuned now for SportsCenter.
Champion, ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah, I put it all on the line. Definition of divine.